man today, and a real pleasure to respond to his toast on behalf of such lovely bridesmaids. I know how happy Rhys is to have tied the knot with Claire, because he's got that same silly grin on his face that he always used to have in primary school. Rhys and I were good friends right through primary school, but we went to different secondary schools and lost touch. So I had to do a double take one day in uni when I saw what looked like Rhys walking by the class door. But sure enough, there he was, pulling the face just like he used to all those years ago. My first thought was, how did that daft scally end up in uni? But then I realised he's probably thinking exactly the same about me. Anyway, believe it or not, it turned out he was actually a very good student. So when he graduated the year before me, I called him to congratulate him on his achievements. And also to get a copy of his final year assignments. After that, we renewed our friendship, and I soon realised that despite his academic success, he was still the same old Rhys I remembered from primary school. Of course, he'd grown up a bit in stature, which is more than could be said for me. But he's daft as ever. In fact, it occurred to me that maybe he had in fact been two different Rhyses all along. Daft Rhys and intelligent Rhys. Because when I came to think about it, even at primary school, he'd shown signs of intelligence. For example, while Daft Rhys was so disruptive, he was put at a desk on his own and used to enjoy flicking pen lids and other things across the room. It must have been intelligent Rhys who worked out how to build those precision levers and catapults out of the He could even launch stuff right across the headmaster's forehead. So no wonder we called him the Flick King. Of course, his calculations didn't always work out so precisely. And I think of the time when he dared me to ride my bike down a toboggan slide on an abandoned adventure playground, assuring me that the ramp at the bottom would launch me clear to safety. Instead, I flew up into the air at a horrible angle, only to drop straight back down onto Rhys's bike, wrecking both bikes, and very nearly breaking my legs and ribs into the bargain. Well, you live and learn, and later in life, Rhys put his brains to work on mechanical engineering, and not just for professional purposes. Intelligent Rhys is very good with cars, and not only did he want to fit a supercharger to our friend Gary's Mini, but he also wrote a manual complete with calculations, detailed graphs to explain how it worked. Mind you, if you've ever got in a car with him, you'll know that behind the wheel he's definitely Daft Rhys. In fact, anyone watching him drifting around roundabouts the way he does, you'd find it hard to believe he can tie his shoelaces, let alone hold down a good job. Certainly, police who chased him home by helicopter in the early hours of the morning one time were hot in pursuit of Daft Rhys, and he didn't even know they were chasing him until he pulled up on his mum's drive and noticed the light shining down on him. Quickly followed by a load of screeching police cars. Luckily, they'd been after a different car, which had been stolen, so they let him off with his speed. Frankly, there are no shortage of stories about Daft Rhys. Some of them involve in paintballing. But while we're on the subject of police, let me come to one final piece of evidence for the existence of intelligent Rhys. Would Claire be buying a daft scally?
Yeah.
No. I'll say no. And the fact that Rhys has got himself such a lovely bride definitely shows he can't be all that daft. Having said that, while he was intelligent enough to decide to propose to Claire, he was also daft enough to spill the beans the night before he was supposed to pop the question. On that note, I know I don't have to tell you about the spanking good time Rhys had on his stag do, because he's that loose lipped, sooner or later he'll tell you himself. As I come to an end, I would just like to add one sincere point. We may give Rhys a hard time, but despite the flicking, crashing and speeding, he's always, and has always been, an honest, dependable and trustworthy guy. These are values that he's inherited from his parents, and knowing Rhys and his family as well as I do, I know he will take their moral example into every aspect of married life with Claire. So all remains for me to ask is that you all raise your glasses and join me in a toast to the happy couple, Teresa and Claire.
Teresa and Claire.